my name is Chenny Han and I am 22 years old. I just wanted to record all the books that I've collected so far. I'm only gonna show you half of my bookshelf. So the remaining half that I'm not showing are my college books and my Christian books and my childhood classics. I'm gonna start with the Sarah J. Maas books. I started reading this when I was in high school, I think my freshman year, and I've read all of them. If you want to see. Yeah, I've read all of them. I remember thinking, who could write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books? And to be honest, when I was 16, I loved it. And then I think when I was about 17, no, just kidding. Yeah, I think it was like not that much later that I was like, oh, I don't really like her books that much. But because I have this thing called the book guilt, I can't not finish a series unless I really don't like it. So that's why I ended up completing this series. I remember thinking her last 2 books were really good. So yeah, Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms. I don't have a few of her books, like the copies, because I had a Kindle, but I don't have it anymore. So yeah. Court of Wings and Ruin. These books are definitely way more spicy, you know? Court of Mist and Fury. The Court of Silver Flames. I still did not like this book very much, but I ended up finishing it because I have book guilt. Also, I'm not a YouTuber or experienced at all, so you guys are sitting on my chair right now. But my chair has like wheels, so hopefully nothing happens. And Court of Frost and Starlight. I always thought this one was the prettiest one. Isn't it pretty? Okay. I want to show you guys my TikTok books. So these 2 books came in a set and I bought them because of TikTok. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I personally do not like Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom, but I finished them. Yeah, if I were to rate these out of 10, I think, the Sarah J. Maas series, I would give it like a 5 out of 10. Maybe her last 2 books were a 6 out of 10. These 2 were a solid 4 out of 10 for me. It's just not my type of book. I don't know why. I like the characters, yeah, but the plot, everything just didn't work for me. And then Cirque, I don't know, but I haven't read it yet. It's been on my to be read list for quite a while, but I haven't read it yet. But I definitely will very soon. I'm going to try to finish it before the year ends. And then Serpent and Dove. My goodness, I saw this everywhere. But yeah, I read it and I did not like it. I rate this like a 3 out of 10. Like, I'm not saying that person didn't put in good work. I just personally don't like it. Taking off the Target 30% off sticker. If you know, you know. This is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I heard about this book everywhere. Book Talk, Instagram, BookTube, everything. But I've heard mixed reviews later on. But I remember when it first came out where people were raving about it. Yeah, and they don't sell soft covers. I personally prefer soft covers, but I ended up getting a hardcover because they only had it. I will also read this hopefully before the year ends. And then Midnight Library. I've never read a book like this before. This kind of reminded me of like the 5 People You Meet in Heaven type of vibes. I enjoyed it a lot. I give it a 7 out of 10. I just like, I think, more than the writing, because I don't think there was much writing. It didn't feel like a word heavy book. I could think about it a lot after the book was over, and I enjoyed that. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've also never read a book like this before. I respect this book a lot. Ending was kind of heartbreaking, but it was in a good way, but also in a twisted way. Yeah, I recommend this book if you're really bored. It would definitely make you not bored anymore. I give this a 7 out of 10 as well. And Song of Achilles. I did not expect this book to be this book at all. I give it a 7 out of 10 because I've never ever, like, this caught me by like a storm. I had no idea this book was about any of what it was going to be about, but I really liked it. The writing was pretty, the story, the characters, everything. I enjoyed it. Alright, so now on to the romance. I didn't read romance this year until TikTok started getting book recommendations, book talk for it, you know? I was only on BookTube and Goodreads before then, and then I had just recently joined Bookstagram, but now I saw book talk, and romance is a huge thing on book talk, I think, more than any other social media platform. So, you know, your girl had to get in on it, and I started reading some. It was not on TikTok. This book, it's called A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Amanda Collins, and it was okay if you're into mystery. It's like based in 1865, but it's kind of like cheesy a little bit, you know. If you like that, then yeah. I give it a 4 out of 10. Bridgerton. Dude, I was obsessed with the show when it came out. I think I watched it 3 times. It was my comfort show. I love historical fiction. It's my downfall. The To Sir Philip with Love. I bought her story on purpose after I watched Bridgerton because I love Eloise and the drama. So I give this a 6 out of 10. Yeah. I love Eloise. Okay, so then I was like, where can I get Bridgerton but like not by Julia Quinn? Lisa Kleypas was one of them, and I read Devil in Winter. It is a very steamy book. I don't know if you would like that, but it was like one of the fastest reads for me because there's literally like no plot, kind of. It's just their romance. And I give it a 5 out of 10. My favorite half-night stand, Christina Lauren. When I found out that these were 2 different people, like collabing together, I was so happy. So I started with The Unhoneymooners, and then I went on to my favorite half-night stand, and then just Unhoneymooners was definitely way better. Probably a 6 or 7 out of 10, and then this one would probably be a 5 out of 10. Both of them just all romance, basically. The beach read. Oh, sorry. The beach read and The People We Meet on Vacation. I brought The People We Meet on Vacation to my girls' trip with my friends to Hawaii, and I read this on the airplane. I've never read a book so fast. The way that Emily Henry can make me feel is incredible. Like, I get invested in her storyline, her characters. I don't know what it is about her writing style that gets me so involved. No other romance book can make me feel that way. So that's why I'm going to give these an 8 out of 10. If you're looking for romance, read these 2. Please. It ends with us. Bro, just cut the cameras. I can't. This book was so beautiful and sad at the same time. I don't understand. I still don't understand. Colleen Hoover, you've taken over the book world. My woman, you have single-handedly changed the course of romance in, I don't even know if this is romance, I don't know, but it's just amazing. It has a lot of triggers, so please look it up before you read this. Yeah, I give this an 8 out of 10. It broke my heart. I think I actually cried at the end of the book, or maybe even in the middle. I cried somewhere. The Hating Game by Sally Rooney. Oh, sorry. By Sally Thorne. A great book. It was funny. It was cute. Very enemies to lovers trope. I give this a 6 out of 10. I just finished this yesterday. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Dude, I spilled Coke on it. Like, not Coke the drug, but like Coke the drink. Yeah. And then I accidentally sat on it in bed. I gave this a 5 out of 10. Not my cup of tea, but tea, you know what I just did there. Anyways. Now, my favorite part. My favorite author of all time. I've yet to read anyone that tops his work for me. Ever. He gives me the feeling you were like 10 years old and you found a book that just like you couldn't stop reading it, you could not even let go of the book, you couldn't sleep, you couldn't eat because you had to finish the book. Like, he gives me that feeling, and I am 22. I don't know how he does that, but he does. And so I respect him. I want to meet him in person one day. I want a signed copy of his books. I want all of his books. They're kind of expensive because they're really big, so I have to get like the small copies, you know, the ones where like the writing's like literally size 9 font. But Brandon Sanderson, look at how small the book is. It's literally smaller than my, like, I mean, most books are smaller than my face, but like, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Dude. So, okay, I started with the Mistborn trilogy, as you should too. Sorry, I don't mean to point at you. So, Mistborn, The Well of Ascension, The Hero of Ages, these 3 books, amazing. I wish I could go back to when I first read it. I want you to read it and experience it and tell me how it is for you. These are my 10 out of 10 books. 10 out of 10. And then Shadows of Self, Alloy of Law, Bands of Mourning, 10 out of 10. I did not think that he could do this again, but he did it again. 10 out of 10. And if I could rate something above a 10, it would 100% be his Stormlight Archive books. Dude, yeah. The Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, Oathbringer. As you can see, I have not touched Oathbringer yet. And the reason is because I am not emotionally ready to go into a book and not be able to come out of it. Not yet, at least. Maybe like the end of the year when I need to fall into something. Yeah, I'll definitely read that. Oh, these are all fantasy, by the way. But like, other fantasies gotta wrap it up, because these books are just different, and if you haven't read it, please read it. Just at least, I really recommend starting with the Mistborn series though. So just please read those. And then Dune. Oh, Dune. Yeah, so I know the movie came out. I bought this about last winter, so a year ago. I tried reading it 3 times. I failed. As you can see, I only got that far. But maybe one day. I was inspired by looking up books that matched Brandon Sanderson's energy. Good Omens. I haven't read it yet, but I definitely want to. And I've heard so much about this series by Scott Lynch. It's this series, The Republic of Thieves, Red Seas Under Red Skies, and Lies Locke Lamora? Lies of Locke Lamora, yeah. I need to read those 3 soon. I think I might, but before the end of the year. I have a goal. You know what I'm saying? And then a book by Patrick Rothfuss. I picked this up at the Strand in New York City. The Name of the Wind, because it was recommended, and I've always wanted to read one of his books. He seems really cool. Oh,